Hello guys, my name is Milagro and welcome to my book review. Okay, the book that I have chosen is The Alchemist. The Alchemist is a very interesting book. For example, if you are looking for inspiration, you can read this book and you are going to like it. Okay, The Alchemist is a book written by Paulo Coelho. We are going to criticize some of the elements quickly. Okay, first of all, the settings. As number one, we have the place. This book is developed in two cities of Spain, and also it speaks about the pyramids of Egypt, so we can talk about Africa too. And the story is not as specific, guys. So the time we can say that, as it described, is before everything, all the technology was created, because there's no um, cars, there's no technology like as we know already. Okay, the weather conditions, maybe I can say that is in some kind cold, because he talks that when he was cold, or yes, he was cold, he used his jacket to protect him from the cold. And so in the nights, most of the times in the nights, he used his jacket to protect him of the cold. So we can say that was cold, or maybe in the night was warm, a little bit warmer, and in the night was cold. Social conditions. So Santiago, who is the protagonist, right? Santiago wasn't rich, and it is we can realize that in the whole story, because he wants to travel, right? But he doesn't have money, so we can say that he is a kind of poor. And then we have the plot, guys. As the plot, so the introduction is when this man begins to tell us that he is a shepherd, he has a flock, and he loves to travel, right? But he can't, because that's why he's a shepherd, because he loves to travel. And this is the introductions. Then we have the rising action. The rising action is when Santiago begins his way to the pyramids of Egypt. What happens in the pyramids of Egypt? So he thought that he was going to achieve found his treasure, a big treasure that a person told him that he was going to find there, and that's why he wants to arrive there, because there he thinks, right, that there is his treasure. Okay, the climax. The climax is when Santiago and the alchemist are captured, and some men wanted to kill them. They really wanted to kill them, so the things are getting so complicated in this part. Then the falling action is when Santiago arrives to the pyramids of Egypt. Okay, that was he achieved his dream, but he thought that he was going to find a treasure there, but he realized of one important thing when he arrived to the pyramids. And the denouement, here is when the things doesn't have like so many things if you don't have read the book. So the denouement is when he come back to the church, when everything started, and he knows that, and he decided to go home, because he knows that his treasure is there. Why the treasure is there? Well, it's because when he arrived to the pyramids of Egypt and he begins to get up the pyramids, he started to listen some voices which tell him that what did he wanted to when he arrived to the top of the pyramids, right? And then when he is coming back, he encounters some men which tell him that he dreamed that the treasure was in a place like this and this and this, and he realized that that place was the place that where he come from. Why? And this is like amazing part of this book. Okay, we're going to begin to talk about the all the rest of the elements that doesn't have nothing to do with the parts of the story. Okay, until here the parts of the story, right? Okay, we have the conflict. The conflict is internal, so is man versus man. So he versus himself. Okay, is representative because of those thoughts that he has to achieve a big treasure to get rich, and then he doesn't have nothing, right? And it's just a fight with all the factors that are against to he to achieve the things that he wants. Okay, that's the conflict. Then we have the characters. Okay, the main characters are Santiago, the alchemist. We can also talk about the crystal merchant, that is the man who employed him. We have an Englishman, and we have a Melchizedek, and we have Fatima, Fatima is the girl. Well, my name is Fatima. Fatima in the story is the girl who is fell in love with him at the end, right? Because at the beginning he fell in love with the girl who is the daughter of a merchant. But that is another discussion, guys. And the point of view is in third person, right? And the tone is intense, but in past time, because the writer talks us tell us that the boy did this and so on. That's like the story goes. And the team, okay, the team, there are so many things. I'm going to give you my own perspective and the perspective of another fountains. Okay, my own perspective is the theme of this book is to fight for the things you really want, but you have to fight with. I really love this a phrase from Denzel Washington, who is dream but have goals, because dreams without goals are just dreams. So we have to dream and we have to fight for the things we want, but we have to possess a common or a strong reason why do we want to do this, right? So logical reasons. So if we dream, you have to have goals and so on. But according with another fountains are the writers of the book, is that one of the things is the centrality of personal legends, the unity of nature, and the danger of fear. Because if you are afraid to do something, I think if you are afraid to do something, you are never going to achieve it. So I tell something to my students. I tell something, if you don't try, you are never going to achieve nothing. If you are just waiting to speak English and waiting to speak English because you just know or you just listen that it is well, the pronunciation is cool and you look cool talking in English, well, that's not the point. Okay, guys, this have been all for my part. Okay, teacher, this is from the book. I hope to have a very good grade, right? And blessings for you, and stay praying for all over the world, because all the things that are happening and are so complicated, right? Goodbye.